Hi there, another video for you guys about the orange box, the Roland D2. Today I show you how you export your project as MIDI parts into a computer. That can be very useful when you make a pattern, as I did. I recorded it with the D field pad. And afterwards, I wanted to construct the sequence further. I tried with the internal sequencer, but it didn't work out. It was too complicated, for me at least. So I thought maybe I can export the MIDI into a computer, and there everything will be visible, and I can construct it further, and afterwards maybe export it back into the D2. So what I did was I connected the MIDI in and the MIDI out with this little piece of gear, Edirol UM2, and that one is going into the computer over USB. So the MIDI connection was there already, and the audio is just going into the audio in from this computer. I'm not at home, so it's a mobile setup. There's no audio interface involved here. Then I use Reaper, Cockos Reaper. I made a first track. It's an audio track. And the input of the audio track is the audio in. It's stereo here. I armed it and put it the monitoring on. So when I play sound on the D2, I can hear it. To get this running, you go to Options, you go to Preferences, and in the MIDI devices, you go to the MIDI in, you select your MIDI interface, in my case the UM2. You enable it, you go to the MIDI out. I have two MIDI outs here, as you can see. I only use the first one, so enable the first one. And what is very important here, you have to enable sending clock to the output, because in that case Reaper is sending the MIDI clock, the tempo, and the start and stop actions to the Roland D2, so you don't have to press play here when you want to record it there. To configure this box, right, you go to System, you press it 4 times, and you put the auto channel off, so you can record different parts at once and they will replay correctly. That's very important, don't forget it. And afterwards you press System twice and you put the slave mode on. So when I press play here, it will automatically start the orange box. Now it will start playing in the tempo of Reaper. So in this case it's 140. That's the exact tempo of my project. You can see that under BPM when it's not in slave mode. So that's all. For this project I have 3 parts running. I have the drums, I have the melody on 2, and on number 4 there's the pad. Now what you have to do, you press part select and your part, in my case the drums, and then you press part select together with the edit button. Yeah, I missed that. You need long fingers to do it with one hand. So, and then for every part you have to do this. You go, you enter till you get to the output. You put it on both. So the D2 will send the MIDI notes first of all to the internal sequencer here and play it, and second of all he will send it to the MIDI out here and send them to the computer. You do this for all the parts you want to record. And then we are almost done. I made three MIDI tracks here. I made the drums and the two other parts. Now the input is the MIDI interface, and for the drums it's channel 10. For part 2 it's channel 2, and for the 4 it's channel 4. The MIDI has the same channel as the name of the parts. Part 4 has MIDI channel 4. The only difference is the drums. They are on MIDI channel 10. That's the only thing you have to know. Okay, here you enable the monitoring and the arming of the tracks for recording. And let's see, normally when I start to... Oh, I forgot one thing. What maybe is important is the grid. So you go to the grid, you right click, and then you put your grid on maximum, in this case 128. There will be no differences in recording the MIDI. So we press on play. And there we got it. Save all. I'll make it a little bit smaller so you can see it. So the first track is our audio. I even don't need it, but it's there now so you guys could hear it. The first are the drums. The second is my melody, and the third, as you can see here, is the pad, the chords. You can open them up to see them better. And you can edit it, you can move out notes, you can construct it further, whatever you like. Now, when you finish your construction, you want to send it back to the D2, or for example, before you are ready, you want to hear what you changed. And to do that, first of all, I will delete the audio. So to do that, for example, I will mute the drums and the pad. There's just a melody. I open it up and I want to hear this. Now, when I press play, it will play it, I guess. But as you can hear, it's also playing the rest. Here's the audio, it's still there. So what do? We go to the Roland, we go to system again, twice. We put it in internal mode. Again, exit. And now we can play the tracks here. It will trigger the MIDI out here, and you will hear it from the D2, but it will not play here. The internal sequencer is not used. To do that, you go to your part, you disable the input, so we put the input on none, and then the little trick is to go to the send, receives and hardware outputs. The output is important for us, and in that screen the MIDI hardware output is set to the UM2, so it's playing the MIDI notes and it's sending them to the Roland box. and you can even choose the channel. So I choose the original channel will work, but I know the exact channel, so I put it on channel 2. Now let's hear. When we, yeah, I can put the loop on. Let's see, maybe. Let's play it. So it's sending the notes back to this machine. If you want, you can record it here. You can make extra notes. Or make it longer, or whatever you like. So sorry for the shaking camera. It's my phone recording. I hope I could help someone with this video. And otherwise, it's my own reference. Guys, goodbye.